Hello everyone and welcome to my first ever YouTube video, as well as my first episode into my Xtreme Onechunk Iron Man series. There are a lot of content creators who have done this idea, so I'm not going to list all of them or put them all in the description. I'm sure you can find it if you go search it on YouTube or something. But I will put the ones that inspired me to create this series and some of my favorite series that I started watching months ago. Two series that really intrigued me and motivated me in order to make this series and even start YouTube was Limpwurt's Onechunk series. He will be in every description of every Onechunk video I have, as well as Verf's series will also be in the description, and I highly recommend you go check them out. They're both very entertaining people. A third person that also inspired me in order to make a YouTube in general was Zulu. I briefly talked with him and he told me to go for it, so here I am making my first YouTube video, and he will be in the description of this video as well. If you haven't watched his stuff, I highly recommend it. He's one of my favorite RuneScape content creators in general. So I highly recommend that you check him out. And thanks to all three of them for being great content creators, pushing out awesome stuff for us to watch on our second monitor while we're doing terrible grinds like ZMI and Tithe Farm and honestly 90% of this game. Anyways, let's get right into the account now. So I do plan on being a hardcore Iron Man. However, the status isn't really important to me. If I lose it, the series will continue. It's more so to feed my curiosity and see how long I can keep it. I do plan on making a hardcore series in the future, but that's not really important right now. I am a little worried about my first chunk because I have to fight level 15 unicorns up until level 20 attack, and as you might have guessed it, I am level 3. So I'm gonna drop most of my items and eat my food now and drop my coins. The only items I plan on keeping are the axe, the tinderbox. I'm debating on the pickaxe. I will be keeping the sword, the shield, and the bow and arrows. However, the bow and arrows, let me know in the comments if you think I should drop them. I'm primarily keeping them so I can lure the unicorns. But they're not really important to me. I don't need them for anything like how I need the axe or the tinderbox, because in order to move on from this chunk, I need 15 woodcutting, 15 fire making, and I have no access to any shops. There's no spawns in my chunk, so I'd immediately re-roll, and I don't want to do that. I want to have some kind of grind in most chunks. So I decided I was going to keep some items from Tutorial Island, even though it feels a little bit like cheating. I figured since my spawn point is here, it's the best place. There's no banks, there's no general stores, I don't even think there's a single spawn point of an item in this chunk. But I'm gonna get into the chunk rules now, or more so the chunk objectives. And I'm going to show you this cool website that Verf had linked in his description. Alright, so here is the website that I found in Verf's description, and it just lets you pick a chunk wherever you want to start. So Limpwurt would have picked this chunk, and Verf would have picked this chunk right here. But for me, I'm starting here in Camelot Castle, right on the teleport, so I pick this chunk, and it automatically makes the surrounding chunks numbered, so that when I click pick a chunk, which I won't do yet, it unlocks the next chunk. And on the side here, it will tell you the rules of that chunk that you need to finish. So the rules of Xtreme Onechunk are that you need to complete all the highest level resources in your area. So for my area, I have to cut down an oak log and burn it, as that's the highest tree in this chunk. And there's nothing else really in my chunk. Right here, there are ice giants in this top right corner. So in my backlog, I have retrieving a bunch of different items because receiving a best in slot is also a part of your chunk tasks. However, it's impossible for me to get to the ice giants. So I put that in my backlog for me to come back and accomplish those goals whenever I unlock the pathway to get there. And of course, you have your quests and you have your achievement diaries. There's nothing I can accomplish in this chunk from either of those. So that's all I have. The only thing I have is starting Merlin's crystal, and I might be able to talk to a couple knights. We'll see how far we get, but we won't be able to get too far. So that is all the rules for my chunk. And that's basically all the rules for the game mode. Like I said, go check out Limpwurt or Verf. They explained it 10 times, a million times better than I did. And I honestly am just gonna be following this checklist, as well as the one rule I set for myself that I talked about earlier with getting the minimum requirements for every quest in my chunk. So here's what it looks like with all the plugins enabled. You can see there's that dark border, and that means that is outside of my chunk. And here is the mini map. You can see my chunk looks like a regular map, and the chunks around me that can be rolled are not red, but they're like, they have a little tint to it. And then the chunks that are unaccessible or unable to be rolled are red. So I thought I had talked about it earlier in the video, but I actually haven't. I set another rule for myself that I don't believe is in the regular Xtreme Onechunk rules. It might be, but I don't think it is. Anytime there's a quest in any chunk I have to get the minimum level in order to complete the quest. So for this chunk, Holy Grail requires 20 attack, and I have the ability to get 20 attack, so I have to get 20 attack before I move on, which I thought I had explained earlier, but rewatching some of the clips, I noticed I had it. So an example would be Grim Tales. If I unlocked the Grim Tales trunk, I would have to get 71 woodcutting, I believe, whatever the level requirement is, non-boostable. So I am going to get all the requirements on the exact level. So that's basically what I was talking about earlier in the video when I said I was setting an extra rule for quests for myself. So if I get the chunk to the right of me, there's fishing contest. I won't be able to do that quest or train my fishing. So I won't have to get whatever the fishing level it is I need for that quest, like 19 fishing or something maybe. But yeah, I just had to quickly explain that. I got 5 emeralds. Oh, the unicorn left. Well, after about 15 minutes, we got 40 XP, which means I hit it 10 times. And we got level 6 and level 4 in the stats. So let me try to lure one of these unicorns back to the spot. And there it is, our first attack level towards level 20. And with that, let's go start Merlin's crystal, since I have to get every quest as far as possible within the chunks I have. There's a couple of knights in my chunk. Hopefully I don't have to go up those stairs. So I have gone as far as I can by one tile. Alright, 1 hour after I started this, I finally got my second attack level. Just 17 more. And there is level 5 attack. I had a strategy where I had one unicorn here and one unicorn here, but the other one lost aggro and walked over there somewhere. Alright, I just got myself 480 coins from a random event. And I am almost level 9. It's, as you can tell by my time down here, it's been more than an hour again. I'm having so much fun. Alright, we have a new milestone on the account. The first dead unicorn after 3 hours and 50 minutes. Oh. It's so good. I ended up getting my strength up to 6 so I could hit 2s in order to train my attack faster. And this bunch hitting spot I was using no longer works. When the unicorns get too low, they just run away. I'm having some problems where they'll run into the other chunk and I can't attack them. In this case, he is not in the wrong chunk, so I'm going to attack him. But that's a little bit of progress. First random for XP. What do I want to put it in? It'd be nice to one day catch implings. So a lot more books and lamps. And I'll have it. And while I'm here, we might as well get 15 flower making and 15 wood cutting. So now we can complete the first objective and second objective on our task list. But I'm going to get to 20 attack first before I do that. So you might be wondering, why did I create this series? To be honest, I don't know. I might have lost my mind. I remember watching the Limpwurt series and thinking, who the hell would do such a thing? And here I am, 4 months later, 3 months later, I don't know, creating my own. And sometimes it's just really funny to watch someone in misery. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Like and subscribe, comment down below things that you want to see me do more of, like theories, or tell me if I missed something in a chunk. I'll go back and do it. I'm not intentionally missing something, I promise, but you know, things happen. And honestly, sometimes people just enjoy it when Jagex sticks their thumb so far up there. Alright, everyone. As you can see, the video layout has changed like 3 times, 4 times in the video. Apologies, I said earlier in the beginning, give me a little bit of grace period for that. Huge shout outs to Zulu for showing me his settings and showing me how to do this. I actually filled up the whole screen now. He told me about replays and things like that, but I'm not gonna go that far just yet. But there it is, 20 attack and 8 hours and 30 minutes of gameplay. I finally gotten 20 attack after flinch hitting unicorns. I also got 16 hit points, 6 strength, and of course 15 fire making and wood cutting. And 12.7 combat. Let's go ahead and complete this chunk. And we're going to end off the video with rolling a new chunk and looking at the requirements that I will have to complete in the next video. And here we go, burning an oak log. It's all done. It's one chunk. It wasn't that crazy of a chunk, but I believe down here, one of these 2 chunks, I think it's this one, right here, there is 99 fire making. So if I roll that chunk, I have to get 99 fire making, all with just the trees I have access to, which, if I don't unlock an area with maples, this is probably going to be really painful. Anyways, let's go ahead and roll our next chunk. Here we are. So we now have finished these 2. I got these items off the tutorial island. We chopped an oak log and burned it. And we didn't receive a mithril item. However, we did get 20 attack. And I will just put this on backlog, because we will have to get a mithril item from a ice giant whenever we have access to it. I did get 20 attack for Holy Grail. So now we're ready to pick a new chunk. Let's see what we get. Alright, okay. Looking at the monsters and item spawns and everything, there's nothing I can do in this chunk, so we're actually gonna have to roll another chunk. It's impossible to grow a grimy torso because I can't get a seed, which is kind of lucky because then I would have to rake till 85 farming. So now I have access to something we can do and something I have already done off camera. But let's go ahead and quickly rake a farming patch. Here we have the new map. And I am supposed to go by rake. However, I have 48 farming XP because in my downtime I raked all of these. You can actually buy a rake and many other items from any of these people at any farm. So I had already bought a rake. If you remember, I had 480 coins. But as you can see, here's the rake that I bought a while ago. And let's just go ahead and rake a weed. We have completed this chunk. And we're gonna roll the next one. So let's get right into rolling the next one. Simple and fast chunk. Okay. Oh, I still don't have a bank unlocked. Oh, I know I could go to a PvP world and access a chest here, but I'm not going to do that. I guess I'm just going to be a UIM for a while. Oh, man. So we have a lot that we have to do. I have to get 99 fletching 76 fishing, 20 defense, 80 cooking, 20 range. I have to pickpocket a man, get an iron dagger, studded body, fletching cape, bronze med helm, studded chaps, oak shield, oak shortbow, bronze bolts. I also need to obtain a big bass. No. Oh no. I have to obtain a big bass, a big shark, a big swordfish. I also, with my new rule, it doesn't matter because I have to get 76 fishing anyways to catch a raw shark. But I do have to get whatever the level requirement is for fishing contests, and I believe this is fishing contest too. Okay, so I just checked in both of these quests in this chunk that I rolled a minute ago are fishing contests. So I will end up getting that level while getting 76 fishing, so it's not important. That's going to do it for this episode. I am sorry for how scuffed of an episode it was. Like I told you all, this is my first episode ever. This is my first YouTube video. I promise the next one will be much better. I'm going to work on the pausing in between words and in the middle of sentences. I want to fix my recordings. Now that Zulu showed me some of this stuff, it's a lot better already at the second half of this video. But I have some things that I'm going to look up and learn, and I just hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below whatever you want to. More series ideas, things that I missed. Help me out. Give me good RuneScape knowledge, because I'm definitely gonna need it. I'm not very great at this game, but I just thought this would be fun to do. And I hope you enjoyed. Leave suggestions down below how I could improve. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. But I do have access to a small fishing net. So, do I have access to a range? I think I do. Oh my god, I literally have one block. I do have access to the range.
That's crazy.
So I have to get I'm still a UIM, dude. Wait, can I even get a knife? I don't even know if I can get a knife.
Imagine if you were even a one chunk Ultimate Iron Man, bro. Even more
I
tedious.
Someone literally told me to do that, and I said no. I said I'm not doing that to myself, and it looks like I'm becoming this way. There we go. I pickpocketed a man. All right, that's one objective done for episode 2. Men don't drop knives. How am I gonna get fletching?
By the will of God.
I, and there's a spawn in Caleb's house, but I can't get into Caleb's house. Yeah, there's a knife literally right there.
What happens if you cross the chunk?
Nothing. That's just visual.
Okay.
So but that's the problem. I can't enter this chunk.
Yeah, that's tough, man. At least the knife's there.
for, for what? I can't even grab it.
I don't know, for future endeavors. Let it be a motivating tool for you.
That's just makes me sad. Actually, it's probably better because the only tree I have access to, the highest level tree, is oak. So I'd have to get 99 fletching with oak.
Oh my god, man, this is crazy.
I don't have access to the knife.
This is insane. Good luck. It's gonna take a lot of patience. I definitely don't have that, but I'll be on the sidelines. You getting a fire making level?
No. But I did get a cooking level.
Nice.
Oh,
First cooking level.
and
Honestly, if you want to just put my voice in the video, just if there's one thing I want to add that's very important is that this series is crazy. I don't know why you're torturing yourself. That's all I gotta say.
well, I looked up knife spawns, and there's literally the only way I can get it is if I got my hunter up to level 27 by lamping it. That's literally the only way I can do it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's part of the game, though. You know what I mean? Part of it.
Yeah.
That's
That's
part of the
fine.
torture.
That means
You're
this
putting yourself-
this chunk's gonna be less terrible than I thought it was gonna be, I guess. All I have to do is get 76 fishing and 80 cooking, 20 defense, 20 range, and I already pickpocketed a man, so.
Let the people find entertainment in your pain and torture.
Yep.
I see you've killed 14 unicorns. How long
Yeah.
did that take you? 60 hours?
Actually I killed 13. It took me 8 hours and 30 minutes. You'll see in the video.